Welcome back to Sevtech Ages, and you can see in the background our Zafkiel Waltz is applying itself, and it's applying itself to this tree, whereby we're getting apples. Now we get apples from apple saplings, which come from apple seeds, and you can trade from those at villagers. I've been all the way out to a villager. I couldn't find one with the map, unfortunately, which is a librarian villager or cartographer villager. The one I found was a trader for a farmer villager. So you trade, or at least I did, trade 8 bone meal. Yes, 8 bone meal. You get a piece of farmland in trade, and as soon as you do that, you can make farmland yourself. Let's just keep grabbing these apples while I can. So once you can make farmland, then of course you can put it wherever you want. But because we can't move source blocks or anything, we're gonna have to put that farmland near water. So we've got plenty of water nearby, so we can actually craft that without any problems. I'm just crafting some apples. If I remember rightly, that's what horses actually quite like in Minecraft. So hopefully taming a horse. There's some more at the top of the tree there, but there's no chance I'm in range of that. We've got 28 apples. Hopefully that should do. So I'm just going to head out for a little jog over and see if we can get a horse to really like me enough to not throw me off the horse if I try and get on it. Let's go and have a look. See if we can find one. I think there's quite a few over here, to be honest. And this is the direction of the village. If you're following along with the seed, which is grey, lowercase, then the village is right over there at the top of a cliff. In fact, it's partway up a cliff, so all the buildings are the usual really tall problems when they get built on the edge of a cliff. But that is fine. And there's a few farmers in there, so you can get more farmland if you want to trade for bone meal. But once you get that first one, you can make it yourself. Here it is. The recipe should have opened up. So farmland. So you can just 1 bone meal and dirt will get you farmland. So there's no point doing it. Trading with more villagers. Okay, we don't have any horse army yet, but we do now have a horse that we can hopefully move a fair deal faster. And of course we're going to head in this direction and see how far we need to go. So the village is over there, so I'm not going to go quite that way. I'm going to sort of head over this way. This is sort of north on my world, so you know, your experience may vary. Off for a bit of an explore. Okay, we're somewhere north now. We found another village. Our horse is just sitting here. Hopefully it will be fine, although there's some growling around. So let's just get rid of these wolves if they come too close. And let's see if we've got any decent villagers. Fletcher? No, we don't want a Fletcher. No, another Fletcher. Is this just a village that makes arrows? Nothing in here. Wow, 3 Fletchers. Nothing in the blacksmith. Oh God. Steppenwolf? Stepwolf? Stepwolf. Yeah, let's get rid of you and see if we can find a decent villager. Okay, here's the villager we want, the librarian. It needs some ink sacks, it needs some feathers, and we get an empty antique atlas. So I'm just going to dump the rest of my inventory, I think. So we don't want tulips or any of these other flowers. We'll just get picking these up while heading out with the horse. He keeps running over everything and just picking lots of different stuff up. So we don't need any of this stuff. And let's go and see if I can find some chickens and in turn some squid. That's what we need for the trade. Okay. And I think we're back with the right goods now. So we need 7 feathers and 11 ink sacks, and we get an empty antique atlas. Okay, and we get the achievement lost now found. Okay, so right click the atlas. And you can see we get a map at the upper right of the screen, and it's our new mini map. Okay, no, that's no, we're not ready for that one yet. M is not the right key. In which case, however, now I need to see if my horse is still around. May not be, but I'll keep exploring. and a good bit, well, quite a bit further north. If we have a look here and I zoom out, you'll see there's my home. And you get the idea of the scale. If we just head this way, keep heading this way, keep heading this way. And again, if you're following my particular seed, then here is a village, but over there is what looks like, I assume that's the dark biome that we're looking for. So let's go, and hopefully there aren't any piranha in this river. Well, nothing's attacking me yet. I have got to a few rivers on the way up here that are a little bit more lethal than you might imagine. And let's go and see if we can get to this dark biome. What do we actually need? I think we just need to go in it, and then we need to get some gems, I think, although more of that should open up once we get this done. So let's head in. Oh, that looks like it, but maybe not. Maybe it's a different biome entirely. In any case, it looks very different to the normal biomes that we use, or we normally see. Although the one we started in is very much like a Twilight Forest. A lot of the trees look very Twilight Forest. Is that Twilight Forest? Magical Forest. Anyway, is this the biome? Yeah, into the Darklands. Okay, so nothing in here just yet, but let's see what this is. So acquire a shadow gem from shadow creatures residing in the Darklands. Smaller creatures have smaller gems. Larger, more dangerous shadow creatures drop full gems. Okay, so I guess we'd better go for a bit of an explore and see if we can find something. I may well try and get some of these trees. Ooh, what block is that? Is that salt? That'd be kind of handy if it was. Let's go and see. What we can't tell is that sand. Netgery salt. Okay. And does this just come up as regular earth? It does. Okay, so it is just a biome specific colouring. That looks pretty cool. Hopefully this doesn't kill me. Darklands oak wood, and we're going to need some of this, aren't we? For I think it's for one of the other blocks. It's like that that upgraded hopper, I think, if I remember rightly. So let's just take a quick look. Hopefully it's not going to go dark. Well, it's going to dark fairly soon. Down here is either the primal chest or the flame grilled whopper. Flame grilled. Yeah, so we're going to need that one of the gems for in here, and charcoal dust, and the primal chest. Does the primal chest require this wood? Yes, it does. It requires the planks of this along with regular planks, and then we get to a primal chest, which presumably is like a vanilla chest. In any case, I want lots of this wood. So yeah, I'm just going to gather a fair bit of it, or as much as this stone axe will allow. I forgot to bring new tools. I guess that'll teach me. Next time I will have to come back with a much larger amount. Okay, let's see if we can find any creatures. Maybe they only spawn at night. In which case, I guess I've only got as much as this sword will allow me to get. So let's skip forward a little bit and see if it's a nighttime thing. Yes, that looks right. If you can't see this, I'm sorry, but I can't really do much about the light. You'll see we've got a depth school here. I'm not sure if this is going to be something we can kill at this level, but oh, looks like we can. I just want to let it get close enough. Just keep slashing away at it. Ow. Okay, it takes 2 hearts off per hit. And there goes the depth school. And we got some Corellian plagued flesh on a bone. Wonderful. I'm going to keep looking up for more stuff. Ooh, there is a smoking creature over there. I'm not sure what does that say. Shadow beast. And a zombie. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Do you like withering? We like withering. Why don't we just wither you all the time? Oh god. Yeah, I'm heading out. I'm wimping out. Bye then. Bye-bye. So I did eventually stay for the night, and I got a full stack of Darklands oak wood and a few Shadow Gem shards, but not enough. Well, it's not a full one. That didn't get me the full achievement, unfortunately. So I'll have to go back once I've got some better weapons, because I think I'll probably want some. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh, yeah, piranha. Piranha! Get away from the water. Yeah, so I think our weapons just aren't good enough just yet for some of those shadow creatures. I managed to kill one of the ones that was trying to wither me. That's where I got the shards from. Otherwise, all the rest of this stuff is just wood, really. So we'll use those to craft some decent chests once we get back to base. If you do see these around, you may as well want to try and pick them up. I think these are the bone blocks, at least the smaller structures were. So let's just double check. That is bone blocks, yes. So these can be ground down into bone meal. I may have mentioned these before, but obviously because each one of these turns into 9 bone meal, you may as well pick them up when you do see them. And they're all over the world, but not terribly common, so lots of bone meal. Which will turn into lots of farmland because we can just combine them with a piece of dirt to get farmland now. Cool. Okay, so we're back at the base, and it's time to see if we can craft these primal chests. So a regular chest in the middle, some boards around the outside, and then some of the board versions, plank versions of this Darklands oak wood. So let's give this a try. Are you a valid recipe? Looks like you are. Ooh. Primal chest, storage upgrade. Okay, so let's say if we put it here. Okay, so we get 9 slots versus 12. But they are a regular chest, so, you know, we can't sniff at these entirely. So we may want to upgrade them. And what's the advanced one like? That just requires some bark. And we get an advanced. What does that actually do for us? Do we get anything for it? Let's give it a go. I need a new axe, clearly. Hopefully you don't break. There we go. We just need some bark, don't we? And do I want to get Darklands bark? I don't think I do. Let's just... Oh, I need a new axe. Do I have enough stone? Looks like I do. Let's give this a go. So 1, 2, 3, and then some sticks would be nice. And then let's make ourselves a new axe. Put that away. Shift the axe over. My mouse decides to have a bit of a bad day. And let's just grab some of the regular oak that's around here. Other than getting our wind chimes. That's all I can hear in the background. 4 should do it. And then we just need the flint work blade, don't we? And then the oak wood. That'll get us 4 pieces of bark, which we can surround our chest with. So let's just put that on here and see what the advanced version is like, if it's any different or not. Primal chest, and there we go. What's the primal chest advanced? Aha! Okay, so slightly more space. So we got 14 spaces. So it's probably worthwhile upgrading those with bark. It doesn't look a whole bunch better than before. I do actually quite like these chests. Nice green colour. And these, of course, do contain various bits and pieces. So they put shelves up on top of them as well. And maybe we'll put another row of chests above them, something along those lines. So, yeah, I think we've got everything going that we need to. Unfortunately, I do now need to head back to that rather wonderful Darklands biome to get more of those, what they call fragments. How many do we actually have? Now I just need to figure out where I've actually put them. If indeed they didn't get blown up. The reason why there's this hole here is the creeper came through and I just neatened it up. I forgot to put any kind of block in place. Okay, where are you? There we go. So we got 3. We're going to need at least 9. So if I get 6 more, we should be okay. And I tried to keep using that horse that I tamed, but every time I got to a river, if the river's more than one deep, the horse just bucks you, well, just leaves you, and it's really hard to get back on. So I'm not convinced about the utility of horses in this mod long term, to be honest, but for short term, well, it's not too bad. So let's just bring the map back up, and then I'm going to head north back to the Darklands. Okay, so it's our second time out here, and now I've built up a little tiny fort for us to defend against, similar to what you'd build for an Enderman kind of manual farm, I guess you'd call it. Put this block in above at 3 high, and then things that are 3 high can't get in there. But of course you need to block at the bottom block, unless you want to, well, you can obviously remove it and step out a little bit and then step back in and pop it back down again. So it's just getting down to sunset. I've been out here 1 day already. I've got 3 of these, but we need at least 3 more, I think it is. It's 9 of them, because we can make a shadow gem with 9 of them. We do need a horse to do so, I think. Let's just quickly check that while things are spawning. So shadow gem. Okay, how do we make that? Well, crystallization, that's not going to help. Horse press. So we need to make a horse press, which isn't within our abilities, and that will then craft a shadow gem with 9 shadow gem shards. Now, of course, it would be nice if I could get more than that, but it just really does depend on... Oh, and it's raining. It really does depend on just random chance. So I'm just going to go through this, and I will see you back at the base, hopefully with a few more gems, or at least shards. Okay, now we're back at the base. We need to get a horse press built to compress all of this stuff. Where did I put those? Really valuable things. There we go. So I've got 8 shadow gem shards. I need 9, but we can compress shadow fragments into shadow gem shards and shadow gem shards into shadow gems. So to do that, we're going to need some slabs first of all. So let's just make those. And there we go. And then we just want 1 slab in the middle. I think it's something like boards are on the outside. A couple of leads. Unfortunately, they cost leather, but not much I can do. And a stick. Just 1. Okay, and there's our horse press. Now we also going to need a hopper and a chest. So I'm going to borrow these, I think. Just going to temporarily. Can I just trade that for my axe? Make sure I'm using that. That just shortcuts things a little bit. It is daytime, good. So we're gonna have to go and find somewhere. We need a 7x7 square. So I think I'm gonna put this out towards the plains. We're gonna be moving over there eventually anyway, I think, just because it's an open area more than anything else. Horses are okay, but they're gonna the equipment's gonna take up a lot of space, and more to the point, they're sort of useful to ride, but as soon as you get to a forest, they're really bad. So yeah, it's okay. We'll get things going. So this should sort of do us, I think. And what are we gonna do? I think I'm gonna put a. Can we just clear a space? Let me put a chest down at the bottom, and then a hopper pointing into it. And then on top of that, we're going to put the press. Now, we could use other blocks for this, but that will do for now. I'm going to need to go and make another lead, aren't I? Yes, I am. And I'm going to do that off camera. So I'm going to go make another lead and be back once I have. And here's one unsuspecting form of automation. Hi. Come this way, please. Come on. Good automation. Okay. And let's lead our horse towards our horse press. And we should be able to attach it, hopefully, by clicking on the top block. Yep, there we go. So now our horse is ready to go. We just want to compress things. So I want to put 9 in here. There it goes. So the horse is going to start trotting around it clockwise. Once that is compressed properly, it's going to go into the hopper, which is then going to go into the chest. And I probably going to need to just knock one block out so I can see the chest. There we go. Shadow gem shard. So let's put those together. and put those in. And around the horse goes again. So I think you need to go around twice to actually do this, but it's not terribly long. And a whole range of other blocks that we can do that with. So there is the horsepower grindstone and the horse chopper. So again, we can do similar 7x7 areas where there's a horse orbiting each of these, and it's finished because it stopped moving. Shadow gem. Okay, we've got the achievement shadow gems or dark gems. Yeah, dark gems. Okay, so that in turn is going to need to be used to make that flame grilled hopper. Here it is. So we need to make a Whopper Mark II or use an existing one. I think we need to make one. We're going to need red cedar planks. Remember, we got those red cedar saplings in the earlier episodes. Some charcoal dust and a shark tooth. So let's go and see if we can sort that out. Okay, so remember we set up this strainer. I think it was either in the first or second episode. So in here we can get shark teeth without any problems. Straightforward. So you really want to set that up as early as possible. And then down here, I've shut off this mine area because I brought a horse all the way back with a saddle on it. The only place it could possibly escape to from this area is in there, and it went in there while I wasn't looking. A creeper blew it up, and thankfully I got my saddle back, but the poor horse, not so much. So I still have the saddle, unfortunately, and I have a horse pelt in unrelated circumstances. Yes, let's just put that shadow fragment away. So what do we actually need for the rest of it? Flame grilled. So we want to make that Whopper Mark II first of all, which is a wooden hopper, which is a chest. Do I have any spare chests? I thought I had one of the old type just hanging around. I found these, by the way, out in little huts while I was exploring. Produces fair grade charcoal, but must be buried in dirt. Okay, so do I have any? No, let me just make that, shall we? Okay, so what did we actually need? Let's just go back. So we need a chest first of all. That's straightforward. And we need a rock for the center of it, I think. That's the chest. We don't want to do anything with it other than put it back in the crafting grid and then surround that with oak wood planks in the usual hopper recipe. Put those together. We get a regular hopper. And the second version needs, is it going to be bark? It's going to be bark, isn't it? And a cobweb. Let's just grab that first of all and sort out the cobweb, which we can get through some fleeces. If I just find where I've put the fleeces. Oh no, we've already got a cobweb. That's fine. So saves me a journey to go and grab those. Put you in, and then just some bark. So we need oak wood. Let's sleep for the night. And should be done. Then we just need about 5 bark, I think. Don't want to use that. Don't want to use this. This one should do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And with the whip blade. And that should be it, I think, for the second mark of Whopper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So that one was at the bottom for the flame grilled version. We're going to need red cedar planks, the shadow gem. So let's put the shadow gem at the top. Shark tooth in the middle. And what were you? Charcoal dust. Okay, now we haven't done charcoal dust yet, but that should be straightforward, I would have thought. Can we convert this into charcoal still? Be interesting to see. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. I'll have to relight that later. Never mind. There we go. So yeah, we can make low grade charcoal, and then we should be able to grind that up. into the more typical charcoal that we're used to, you know, the pieces that look more like coal. I would have hoped. Let's give it a go. Should be done anytime soon. Whoops. There we go. So charcoal, and we get charcoal dust from that. I hope so. We need 2 of it, so hopefully one of these converts into 2 rather than 1 to 1. You dropped the unfamiliar item. That was just a charcoal piece. So what is a charcoal dust? Oh, I know it's unfamiliar. Stop. I want. Oh, that's annoying. Can I get... There we go. Okay, so how do we get charcoal dust then? Charcoal dust comes from charcoal in a crusher. We don't have a crusher. We don't have a millstone. There has to be some way to make this. That will make it extremely hard to do this if we need a machine that we don't have. Let me look into this. Okay, so we are just going to need to go ahead and make that millstone. We can't get away with a grindstone, so let's just grab all of these. That unfamiliar item is going to be a complete annoyance. There we go. So we can put these in with a smooth stone slab. And with the grinder, well, the hand grinder, and we get the millstone. Okay, I guess the question is, can we actually use that manually? Show recipes. It has too many solid blocks around it, so okay. Can we still use it manually? Or does it have to have some kind of horse-drawn automation? Either way, we have a horse available. But let's put it here for a second. Show recipes. So, okay. If we put that in... nothing happening with you. Millstone. Mill. And hand crank. Needed to power... What was that said? Other machines like the millstone. Okay, so the hand crank needs cobblestone, a couple of sticks, and a wooden gear. Oh my. The wooden gear needs 4 buffalo teeth and 4 red cedar planks. And the buffalo teeth, not teeth, are the things we make through using the, not the ritual, the sort of spell thing we do with this. So, yeah, we're going to need to do that again with some cows. So I better get some wheat to attract them and head out there. I think it was the wind chimes, wasn't it? Where's my book gone? It's probably down here. Let me grab my book, see if we can convert some buffaloes. And here are the friendly things themselves, cows. So let's just do this, and then start playing the funky music. Well, as good as it gets anyway. Let's keep me doing this before these things move away. And there they go. One's a buffalo, the other one was too far away. Never mind, we got 3 buffalo teeth, so one more should be fine. And they run away pretty quickly by comparison to cows. As soon as we get range combat in here, this will be great. We're running past our horse, which is no longer tethered. Or maybe it is and it's just invisible. In either case, it's just standing there. And we get another tooth. Great. Okay, now back to this. We need the wooden gear for the hand crank, which needs some red cedar planks. And I think I've already got some of those back at the base. Okay, so red cedar wood. We just need a couple of sets of planks. There we go. Yep, we got enough. So let's rearrange these things now. So were they on the outside? I think they were. And then we can get the, excuse me, the teeth. And then, where's our crafting rock? This is where I find out they're on the wrong side. They are on the wrong side. Oh my. That's a bit typical. And now, these should be the right way around. Okay, 1 gear. And then just a couple of sticks and cobblestone, is it? Let's give it a go. So put the gear down, the first stick, second one, and then do I have any cobblestone left? I really hope I do. Yes, lots. And 1, 2. Now will you work? Okay, so we've got the hand crank. And let's go and sleep and get back to the millstone. All right, 1 hand crank. There we go. And let's put some charcoal in. Okay, so we're just filling up that bar. Will it just eject them, I wonder, or... Yeah, it's just going to eject them. Maybe we'll have to have a hopper underneath or something like that to get them out more automatically than that. But we just need 1 more charcoal dust. That should be enough. There we go. 1 more charcoal dust. And it does use up our hunger. Wow. So I'm going to have to craft more food for that. Alright, so charcoal dust either side. Shark tooth in the middle. Shadow gem and whopper. So on there. On there. And then I just have to remember what goes around the outside. Flame. It's just 2 more red cedar planks, which is going to be trivial now. Let's pop you on there. Get my axe back. There we go. And now we should be done with this. I really hope so. Although it doesn't appear like it, does it? That looks to be right. Shark tooth, red cedar planks, shadow gem. Are they red cedar planks? They are. Those are charcoal dust. And that's the Whopper Mark II. That's weird. Maybe this is just the crafting rock being crazy again. Let's just make another one, just in case that's the problem. Okay. That's fine. It's just a crafting rock. And there we go. We got flame grilled goodness, which is moving us towards, well, the end of the age. And that flame grilled whopper will let us use it to keep this kiln hot. For example, we can put our oak strip log in there. As you can see, it is actually still heating up. But it's also a hopper, so once that turns into charcoal, and there it goes, it's going to get put into here, and we can then take that elsewhere without the annoying fire noise. So I could craft another one of those. It's a bit laborious at the moment to craft them, mind you, but we can just put them on this side if we wanted to, if the kilns are optional. Obviously, we can use this to make smooth stone from cobblestone. These are kind of going to be needed for porcelain, I suspect, or something along those lines. However, we'll have to wait for the next episode to get the rest of the achievements of this age. I think we are going to get into the next age next episode. We've only got 2 remaining, and probably these 2 horsepower automations as well. So that should be it for this episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. We've got a lot of stuff done, and we now have a flame grill whopper. So yeah, we'll see you next episode. Hopefully you'll join me then. Feel free to give it a like, thumbs up, etc. Subscribe, share. Leave me some comments if you want to see anything specifically, or if you have got any questions. Otherwise, thanks a lot for watching, guys.